Listen, we got all kind of demics going on. People can't afford. They got the car epidemic crisis going on. People can't afford the car because the job isn't paying enough to pay the mortgage, to pay the rent, to pay the hotel, and then the insurance, and then the gasoline, and then the upkeep. Inflation is deflating our lives. Say it again for the ones in the back. Inflation is deflating our lives. Everything is going down. Everything except your lifestyle, the ability to survive. So, listen to what this young lady is going through with her vehicle. Unbelievable. And let's have a conversation. Okay, listen to what she's going through in her car. Right now, she's trying to, I guess, put the car on Turo. We'll see how that turns out.
Life, sometimes you have to take a risk, and that risk was me willing to give him my car keys. And I just met him on TikTok, y'all. He said he was willing to help me out, and I was like, at this point, let me just get the help. And I feel like low-key, my car payment is due in 4 days, y'all. I have only $2 on my Chase account, y'all. And it's the 15th. My car payment is due on the 19th of every month. And I don't get paid until next week. So it's like, how am I going to even I don't know, y'all. And I don't want to use the GoFundMe money until I get enough to be able to put a chunk of money towards my principal. So I'm just going to leave it up there in my bio. And I just seen some of you guys, she just keeps making dumb decisions after dumb decisions, y'all. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida. If you know what Port St. Lucie, Florida is, it's like a retirement place where old people come to retire. If I rent my car on Turo, it's most likely not going to get rented out. Yeah. He lives in Miami, Florida, something like that, y'all. And he was willing to help me out. And I said, okay, Miami's a busy city. He was explaining to me, y'all. He gave me his driver's license and everything. He's honestly a nice person. At the end of the day, I still don't know him like that, but still I'm willing to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to help me out. He gave me updates about my car and everything, y'all. I'm going to pick up my car in the beginning of April, y'all. But this month, I really cannot afford my car payments at all. I don't have any options left. And my dad is too greedy. He's not going to give me the money.
So basically, she cannot afford her car. My darling, I love Florida. You definitely getting your cash up front, right? You're definitely getting your cash up front, right? Not trying to put a damper on it, but make sure you got the cash up front and your insurance, because a lot happens, especially in Miami. It's, a lot happens. But people put cars on Turo to try to make a business out of it. My friend's brothers and his wife did that. They leased a couple of cars and they put them on Turo. And for a while they were making money. And then things kind of change. But, it happens. But I'm wishing her the very best. So basically, the car note is what? $1,200? Everybody in America is check to check. $1,200.
And I just met him on TikTok, y'all. He said he was willing to help me out. And I was like, at this point, let me just get the help. And I feel like, low-key, my car payment is due in 4 days, y'all. I have only $2 on my Chase account, y'all.
People going to work. This is the norm. She's got $2 in her account. Not 200, $2 in her account. Talk about life is lifing. It sure heck is. This is what a lot of people are going through. And then what happens? Then once you get the paycheck, going to probably be a little late, clearly, on her car note. But what happens then? I willing to bet you once she gets her paycheck and pays that big $1,200 car note, guess what? Back to broke again. Back to broke again. Stop the bleeding. Stop. She mentioned, I'm going to go ahead. Something about, I guess she has a GoFundMe on her page. And she wants to, I guess, to use that to put a big chunk toward the principal. Ma'am, I wouldn't do it. You're putting a big chunk toward the principal, a big chunk that you don't even have, because why? You might put all that money toward the principal on that overpriced car. In my opinion, it's probably overpriced, or let's just say it's not affordable. Okay. If you have a GoFundMe and you're going to put a big chunk towards your principal, what happens if you lose the job and then fall behind again on the car? Then they repossess it, and there goes the big chunk. That bit, what she needs to do, I think, is whatever her GoFundMe is, it's time to buy a cash car. If you can scrape up or raise a couple of $1,000s, if you come up with $5,000 or $7,000, guess what? That's your new car money, and turn that one right back in. Find something for $5,000 or $7,000 and turn that. If you have that amount, $5,000 or $7,000 can probably get you something decent, cash. Get somebody to check it out, a mechanic. And go, no car note. That would be my advice to her. But putting a whole chunk toward the principal, what if it's like $30,000, $40,000 left on the car? And okay, I got 10. You're wasting, in my opinion, your $10,000 is being wasted because you're already in a bind. Why? You're going to put that toward it. It may go down maybe just a little bit, but you're still back at check to check. You're still back at being broke. So I would think the wise thing to do is to go ahead, whatever you have on the GoFundMe. You got a couple of G's. If you got 7,000, thank you very much. Go and find you a car for 6,000. $5,000 or $6,000. Go and find you that car. Put the rest in your pocket, and now you can go to work, and that's $1,200 less that you're not paying. Yeah, if she come up, let's say she come up with $7,000. I would try to find something between 5 and 6. You find a car for $5,000 cash, go ahead and buy it. You got 2 in your pocket. Don't forget you may have to pay taxes on the GoFundMe. But you got, let's say now for now, $2,000 in your pocket. Turn that $1,200 car note back into the bank. Here you go. Get your last little ride in it. It was fun. Here you go with the keys. And then what's going to happen then? Well, what you'll do is you can now pay yourself the $1,200 a month you were scraping up to pay out. Because at this point, if we're sitting at $2 in our account, at this point, all it takes is another hiccup and back there again. But let's continue.
Was me willing to give him my car keys, and I just met him on TikTok, y'all. He said he was willing to help me out, and I
willing to give you a car key. See, desperate time, desperate measures. Let's hope the guy's legitimate. Check him out. I don't care about he seemed nice. Jeffrey Dahmer did too. I'm sure he seemed nice. Ted Bundy, the serial killer, seemed nice too. I'm sure. I bet Madoff seemed nice, taking those folks' money. Yeah, of course he was. He was in Palm Beach flossing with the friends. People thought they were friends, so seemed nice. Of course. Girl, Miami, let's hope you... I don't want to put it out there, but you have an idea where I'm going. But yeah, but this here, put it toward the principal. Because you're still trying to make an asset that's not attainable. If she's working and we got this problem, imagine if the job lays off. No, it's time for the GoFundMe money to get you a cash car, honey. That's what I think.
I was like, at this point, let me just get the help. And I feel like, low-key, my car payment is due in 4 days, y'all. I have only $2 on my Chase account, y'all. And it's the 15th. My car payment is due on the 19th of every month. And I don't get paid until next week. So it's like, how am I going to even, like... I don't know, y'all. And I don't want to use the GoFundMe money until I get enough to be able to, like, put a chunk of money towards my principal. So I'm just going to leave it up there in my bio. And I just seen some of you guys, she just keeps making dumb decisions after dumb decisions, y'all. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida. If you know what Port St. Lucie, Florida is, it's like a retirement place where old people come to retire.
And they already have a car. You know, middle class, they already have a car. So that's not going to probably go well in that location. I concur with that.
If I rent my car on Turo, it's most likely not going to get, rented out. He lives in Miami, Florida, something like that, y'all. And he was willing to help me out. And I said, okay, Miami's a busy city. He was explaining to me, y'all. He gave me his driver's license and everything. He's honestly like a nice person. At the end of the day, I still don't know him like that, but still I'm willing to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to help me out. He gave me updates about my car and everything, y'all. I'm going to pick up my car in the beginning of April, y'all, but this month I really cannot afford my car payments at all. Like, I don't have any options left, and my dad is too greedy. He's not going to give me the money.
And you already know, in this community in particular, you're not going to get the princess treatment. The only one who gets the princess treatment are pretty much, from what I see, all the men, and they get that from the women. So as a black woman, you know when it goes wrong, you know you're on your own. Typically, that's just what happens. That's why they're so resilient. Yeah, you don't have a choice. He's not going to be, well, let me write the check for you, darling. Let me sit down and let's do some financing and turn that car in. Even if you can't help financially, can you help with any words of wisdom, sir? Then why the hell are you a father? I mean, my dad taught me a hell of a whole lot. I don't understand these men being a father like you doing something. What can you do? What advice can you give? Huh? What, seriously? So he can't help financially. Again, I did a video on, like I said, sometimes about the parents. Some parents have kids. Why? That's their power play. That's the only power they're going to have in this universe. You do what I say. And you want to be honored. Honored for what? What have you done? I mean, you put somebody here. Ooh. A lot of people have it. It's no big secret. But when you put a child here, what did you input with that child? How were you an asset? So she has a father and he can't help. He's too greedy. So that kind of lets me think that maybe he could help. He just doesn't want to help. That's what it sounds like to me.
He gave me updates about my car and everything, y'all. I'm going to pick up my car in the beginning of April, y'all, but this month I really cannot afford my car payments at all. Like, I don't have any options left, and my dad is too greedy. He's not going to give me the money. He's not going to give me $1,200 to put toward my car payment, y'all. Like, yeah, man.
Yep. Leave you hanging. Again, there are some major issues that we need to address, but your parents help and live to stand by. They would rather stand by. I would rather him say, hey, listen, let's go ahead and get you another vehicle. Let's go ahead and get a cash car, and then you can pay me. Just gonna have to let it go. And some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't ride in a regular car sedan. I gotta have this, gotta have that. And you gotta have Tom and Jerry if they come and pick that car up, because that's what's happening. I have never in my life seen Teslas and Porsche vehicles. What the hell is that? Connected to the U-Haul truck? What do you think is happening? More than likely, that U-Haul truck has all their belongings in it. They probably lost a job, or maybe they're transferring. That could be it too. But in some cases, yeah, you got those kind of vehicles. It makes me wonder, did the job possibly lay off and you're going back home to stay with family? Maybe they're relocating. Are you going back home and stay with family? And this is it. This is your life. What's in that U-Haul, in that Tesla, or that Porsche? I was like, wow, that's interesting. So this here, expensive car note, you get a hold of a chunk of money. Because the sad thing is, I've seen a person put so much money into a vehicle, and I felt bad for him. And then next thing you know, he was trying to hide it out. He was like gonna get paid, I think the week or next week or something. And he was making good money. And I was like, how was this happening? He was like, well, life started happening. The wife and child, they had to come out of that nice, beautiful high-rise apartment that they were in, that she wanted to live in. Life started lifing. And he had just spent money to get the vehicle repaired. I'm like, man, you put in like $2,000 to do what? And then he had some other things done. And guess what happened? I'm like, oh no. The car must have been behind, because they picked it up. So it had to be 2 or 3 months behind. He was like, I never saw that happening. Just should have probably just let it go and kept his money. So now they got the vehicle with the repairs, what have you, little upgrades that he did on it. life is lifing. Your life can change in 15 minutes. So this here, what she's facing, $1,200 car note with $2 in the bank. Again, once she gets paid, let's say she gets paid and okay, all of a sudden she pays the car note a little late. Well, what do you think is going to happen the next month? The same thing, more than likely. The same thing. So people gotta watch how you move. Let me know what you all think about this. A lot of people are turning their cars in, and if the car, I don't care what kind it is, you fall in love with it, you have to be practical. I'd rather be in a regular sedan, okay, just regular four-door vehicle, clean and reliable, than sitting up here. Oh, I got to try to rock a certain kind of vehicle, and then look, every time you see a tow truck drive by, you start having a panic attack, anxiety. Whoo, whoo, oh Lord! You see what I'm saying? You start freaking out, wondering, are they looking for me? Oh my gosh! You got to turn the navigation off. Their GPS track on this thing. Waking up in the middle of the night, looking out the window to see, oh, it's still there. It's not even worth the stress. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth it. Because why? It's unattainable. It's not. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this. Again, a lot of people are facing it. It's just sad and ridiculous. But if you cannot, as I said before, said again, if you can't strategize, you can find it hard to survive. And I'm out.